When you hear the name Batman, you normally don't think of Napoleon. But what if I told you Batman can be linked all the way to the early 1800s when Napoleon ruled the Empire of France? So let us take a look at where the connection starts. Thomas Alexandre Dumas, David de la Pailletterie, or just Alexandre Dumas, was a Creole general from the French colony, Saint-Domingue. Alexandre's dad was a French nobleman, and his mom was an African slave. Alexandre was born into slavery. His dad would later sell Alexandre's mom and 3 siblings before selling Alexandre to a lieutenant, Jacques-Louis Roussel, for 800 French livres to legally bring him to France, and then buy him back once Alexandre arrived in France in 1776. His father would have him educated and eventually enter the French military. Alexandre would go on to play a large role in the French Revolutionary Wars, entering the military in 1786 as a private at age 24, and by the age of 31 he was general-in-chief of the French Army of the Alps and commanded 53,000 troops. After many other battles, Dumas would fight in the Napoleon campaign in Egypt and serve under Napoleon. As many of you may know, Napoleon didn't do so well in Egypt, and this caused Dumas and a number of other generals to meet and vent criticisms of Napoleon's leadership. Later, Napoleon would hear of this meeting and state in his memoir that he confronted Dumas and threatened to shoot him for sedition. When Alexandre was leaving Egypt, their ship began to sink, and Dumas had to dump much of the cargo with the addition of storms. The ship was forced to land at Taranto in the Kingdom of Naples, but Dumas and his companions did not realize Naples had been overthrown by the Holy Faith Army. The army would imprison Dumas and his crew for 2 years before Dumas was rescued. When Dumas returned to France, he wasn't given any of his pension, and Napoleon refused to give him his position back. In 1806, Alexandre Dumas would die of stomach cancer and leave behind his wife, daughter, and his son, Alexandre Dumas Fils. Alexandre Dumas. Fils, the son of Thomas Alexandre Dumas, was a French author and playwright famous for writing The Three Musketeers and The Count of Monte Cristo in 1844. Alexandre was inspired by the war stories his mother would tell him about his father and would write The Three Musketeers and The Count of Monte Cristo. The latter novel would help inspire the movie Zorro. And many of you may know the connections between Zorro and Batman, but if not, here are a few. Owns a mansion, has an alternative persona, secret cave base, wears black, jumps and swings from rooftops, fights evil, wields gadgets, plays 2 different important personas, despised by some of the ruling class, becomes a hero due to his dead parent, has a logo they put on things, popular with the ladies, considers himself a symbol, master of martial arts, rich, wears a mask and a cape, and a utility belt. And now you can see how Napoleon from the 1800s has a connection to the modern-day Batman. Well, that is all, guys, and thanks for watching.